In this video, I want to go over some common forms of liquidity and how price will take them out and how you can enter on that. So what I like to do is look for previous day or week highs and lows. So let's say this is a previous day high and I have a bearish bias. It's very likely that if the high gets taken out, that it's a manipulation move and that I can find a market structure shift in here or whatever entry model you like and then take price lower. So previous day highs and lows are an important part of that. Then we also have session highs and lows. So let's say this is the Asia session. Let me do it like this. And you see that price has been accumulating like this. And you still have a bearish bias. So in all these examples, I take a bearish bias because that's the narrative on the higher time frame. So let's say this is Asia. Then I want to wait to see if London can manipulate above the Asia liquidity. So this is the session high liquidity. And maybe we can find some sort of fair value gap in here that makes sense, or maybe an order block that makes sense, where then I can find the entry on. We can also say that if we have something like this going on, that there is some trend line liquidity over here. And if we're bearish, we can still wait for that trend line liquidity to be taken out and then look for an entry. The same thing applies for inducement. Inducement is what you see a lot of the times, that let's say there is a big point of interest over here, let's say a big fair value gap, but price has not tapped it yet. It just keeps engineering liquidity below it, but has not tapped the bigger fair value gap. Then this is called inducement. So price induces the liquidity into that fair value gap, and this is also the trend line liquidity, or maybe it's like this, because that's the next one, the equal highs or lows. Maybe it's in the form of equal highs or lows that then are taken out into the point of interest before price will trade lower. So this is just a short video on a few ways you can look for liquidity, but of course you need to get your bias and your narrative right, because no PD array will work if your bias is off. And especially this December, I noticed it a lot. I had a hard time getting a good bias, and then you're total off with your trades, right? So it's really important that the bias is correct, and then you'll start to see these kind of setups form just right in front of you in the charts. So if you really want to get good in defining your bias and finding your own narrative, and do that with a group of people that are really, really nice and lovely, I invite you to join the community, because you get access to the community with a lot of different channels on the different pairs. We can talk about all those pairs. You can ask me questions. And of course, you get access to the ICT Simplified course, which will help you create the bias and the narrative and really become good at trading the power of three, because I really think that that's the core of all the stuff that ICT does. So if you want to join, just click on the link in the description and I will see you in the community. It will only cost you $55 for the first month. If you don't like it, then that's it. That's all the risk you will take or need or something like that. So I would love to see you in there. And of course, if you want to have more like a one-on-one mentorship, I also have that possibility. But send me a message on Instagram or Twitter. That's the easy way. But for now, take a look at these liquidity pools, as you can also mention them or call them, of course, and start to look at the charts if you can notice these. And I think it really enhances your trading. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.